Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Divide by Sheep. Let's jump into the puzzles here. I'm increasingly running into this problem where I can't take too long recording any one game, otherwise it's just going to be ridiculous. So I can't take what would be the equivalent of even an accelerated version of several months to play a game like this, whereas a game like this almost certainly does make sense that you would have just a few puzzles solved and then you would go away on your phone. You maybe do one or two puzzles a day or one or two puzzles a week. And so when you start powering through it, you become very much like a mainstream video game journalist there, where they get early access to games and then they play as much as they can for 48 hours to 2 weeks and then they write a review. And a lot of times mainstream video game journalists also don't bother to finish the games, whereas most people's normal experience here would be to I guess what you want to do here is probably something like this, and that's probably going to solve it. Now it's just a matter of getting the pig out of the way without it landing on anything. No, I had it and I clicked the wrong thing. I'm probably taking some extra steps here that are kind of unnecessary, but that's fine. Yep. So yeah, that certainly adds to my frustration that I'm feeling with this game, in that there really is just not a good way to go about this and play these kinds of games without having to just kind of put in the extra effort. Okay, so we can't throw pigs that way, which means we have to throw sheep, which throwing sheep then means we don't have enough pigs. Wow, we really are just gonna get into this weird kind of catch-22, aren't we? This would not kill this pig ever. So let's keep the sheep here. Throw this here. Nope. It's always going to split, isn't it? Okay, well, in that we want to have 3 remaining, so we would have to feed the pig and those 3 sheep all to the guy. Can we do the math here? Well, the good news is you either have one choice to split here, like that, and then you would do that, and then that would just kill everything, and then you just have lost a whole bunch of sheep for not much of a reason. So that seems like that doesn't make any sense. So it seems like it's pretty easy to figure out what the moves are for most of these puzzles the first move. The problem is then that just expands so quickly into something else. Okay, that is exactly 3. So then the question here is, if I do this again, well, that'll get me to 4 with still 3 pigs. That and that, and we could get 2 stars, and then we could kill with that. So we just need to somehow save a few more lives, which probably just involves doing this and then doing that. Okay. Then you do that. And that. And then that. Now, weirdly, what's going to happen here is we're going to jump here and we're going to kill 1. Then we're going to jump here and we're going to kill 2. I suppose I could try some incredibly complicated system to play games and put them on the back burner, then come back to them and play them some more. But it almost certainly wouldn't work. I would be in a different mindset. There's a very high chance I would never come back to games. I would never finish a series in the first place. And the style of playing a game and then on a phone and doing just a few puzzles a day or a week or a month, however often you personally would want to do them, that doesn't really apply to most PC gaming at all. Okay. If I was to throw a 6 here, it would split this into 3. 3 would land, killing 1. And then these 2 would eat, the wolves would eat that. Almost certainly there's something to do about the swapping here. Yeah. So we have our 4 pigs. Now, safe. And so then the question is, can we kill 3? I think we can. I think if we just do that, we'll end up with 3. Then we can get to 4. And then we're 1 short. The other move you could do would be to do something like that. And then you've got 2. And I guess we could kill 3 from that spot. But now we don't have enough pigs, so let's just start over. So I think the mistake here is you kill 1 pig at that point. You can't like swap these. Well, you can swap them. The splitting of the wolves, I guess, might work. So we need 2 more dead here. If we split the wolf in half like that, then you have 1 dead. then the question, I guess, just comes to how would we have killed one more? Where are we losing that extra life? Because the math is definitely not adding up. Okay. If I send one there, that's the exact right amount. Then I guess we have 4 pigs here. But then you only have 1 here. Okay, I'm gonna reset this one more time and I'm just gonna count. We need 6 dead, 4 pigs, and 2 meat. That should be 12. There's 5 here, plus another 6 is 11. 12. 13. So there's literally one thing that can die out of order, and that's it. This can be counted as one of the deaths. This kills 4 effectively, I think. If you eat, then you can't use the, if you satisfy the wolves, if you fill their bellies, you can't do anything more with them, so you probably need to swap that. And then that. Okay. So then we need to figure out some way to split it. Where there's only 2 more dead things. Which is probably this. And then we can swap that back, and we can swap that, and we can do that. And now we have everything. So we can move on to the next puzzle. This game is deceptively made. It has to be pointed out. There's been very, very few levels with these laser walls for a game that really sells itself on that gimmick. I imagine it's something that in the development of the game, the creators of the game thought was very funny, and amongst a group of friends it probably was, and certainly in the right mindset, if you've been developing the game, if you've been falling in love with the game you've been developing, it probably is very funny. From an outsider looking in, though, I just don't really feel like it ever felt that funny. And so as such, it just feels like it's unnecessarily gory, and on top of being unnecessarily gory, it isn't even a fun gameplay mechanic. Okay. We're gonna need 3. And unless we were gonna feed wolves, which there's just kind of no reason to feed wolves, you're just gonna do that. But then we need to kill 3 more. And you don't kill things when you feed wolves halves. So I don't feel like that's the move. So let's just do that, I guess. Now when we feed halves to this guy, that counts as 1.5, and you can see, you can barely see a half in his mouth. You can do that. And then we would really only need 2, what the wolves can do. That was really, really easy. Okay. We want 7 deaths. So no matter how you cut it, doing this would only kill 3. Doing this would only kill 3. You still would need some larger amount. You need to probably get the numbers bigger. Which really the only way you can do that is to just go here, then not have fed them, and go here, then go here. So that seems to me like that's probably the first move, is to move your wolves this way for 1 kill. Then move your 6s here for that kill. Okay, now we're in a situation with swapping, so it's not a big deal to do that and fill the halves. And that should have been exactly 3. No, it was 3.5, which is fine, whatever. It should add up without actually agonizing over actually doing the math. There we go. And that was a fairly easy puzzle too. I have slept since the last recording, so maybe my mind is a little bit in a better position to figure out these puzzles, but I didn't really hold my breath on that thought. We have a 5 here, we have a 6 here, we have a 6 here. So if we don't touch this one and we don't touch this one, and just manage to kill 5 here somehow. I guess the question though would be how. Well, you could just do that. Yeah. And then how are we gonna get 5 in this maneuver? Because there's only room for 4. So we could throw 3. That really wouldn't do anything. We could throw 3 back this way and we would get 6. We need a 2 somehow. If I went this direction, and it may just be this wasteful. It may just be a case you kill all of that. Well, there we've lost our platform. Then you did 4. But this too is not going to get you far enough. So as far as I can tell, the move is probably to put that here, and then either we would waste a couple lives by doing this, which is really the only choice, or we would toss this and lose the platform. So it kind of seems like the only move is to do that. Alright. Then we've got to do that. And I guess the question is, it's either going to be 3 or 4. If we have 3 here, and then we throw another 3 on top of it, we'll end up with 4. If we have 3 here and we throw 4 on here, it will kill all 3 of the pigs. So it is probably slightly better to do this. but there's just kind of no way you'd get to 2 at this point. If I threw the pigs here, I guess, and then I move this over here, now you've got what would be 4. I mean, that feels like that's the right number. But the problem is we don't have 6 at this point. So to kind of move forward, we'd have to jump this back over here, which would just kill more. Throw that way, I guess. And then maybe you could do that. And then maybe you could do that. This is the closest I can get. I'm just 6 off. Yeah, let's look just one more time here. It definitely seems to me like there's no good way to do that. Maybe eliminating the pigs completely makes some sense. But how do you now get just 1? You'd have to do something like this, and then you can't leave, so you'd have to add numbers back into this. You're just not getting anywhere close. And see, all I'm doing is just reducing the numbers, going back and forth. So yeah, I give up on that one. I guess the good news is we are still maintaining about the same number of stars. There's 3 more puzzles here, and we're at 69 out of 90. Where over here we're at 78 out of 90. Let's see if we've done this one. Here we would need to lose 6, which could be done, but to do it you would have to, I guess, just jump these guys in here, and then I guess the question is, how can you get only 4 when you have 2? If I had killed 6 here, that would have just left me with 2. So if you put that here, then that knocks your numbers higher. And so then that should be wrong. And if I was to do this with the 5s, that's still going to be wrong. So logically, the only move is to throw your 6 here and kill those. But you have a 6 spot here, 6 spot here, 6 spot here, 5 spot here. if I was to feed 2 of these, then I would have 3 that I could subtract, 3 wolves that I could somehow subtract from this. If I was to have 6 here, and then it would get rid of 5, that'd just leave me with 1. So that doesn't do anything. That loses you 2 for no real reason. We can at least get 2 stars here. If I took out 2, then there would be 4 wolves here. So how would I want to do that? And where would I want to do that? Let's say you did that. And there's your 2. And then you'd have to probably get rid of your 4 that way. And on this 6 spot, 6 minus 2 should be 4. To get to that, I think I've got it. And there's our 5 wolves. So now I guess the question would be, should I try to go back and do Dark World, or try and go back and do the couple of puzzles I've missed over here, or should we try and go back and do Spring World and just look at a puzzle like this one? Here we need 4 pigs, which I think means you have to effectively get rid of several pigs, although I don't think the numbers quite add up here. You can do that much, but then this isn't going to get you down to the right number of pigs. You just have no more sheep, and this wouldn't get you the right number of sheep. And these aren't even TNT platforms, so you could do something like this, but this would definitely kill all the pigs, so that doesn't work. If we're going to do anything, it would have to be something, well, actually, the more obvious thing would be to just land those first. Then we can do that much. Is there some possible way we could combine the sheep? Even if we could combine the sheep, we'd actually end up with only 3. Anyways. These are all 9 platforms. So we'd have to do something else. These 5 would eliminate all of those. So it feels like there needs to be some kind of division that happens here. And I don't get it. But maybe it's a combination thing where you subtract, then you add, like if I was to land these here right now, that would kill all of them. If I was to land this here, we're now down to 4 pigs. Is there a way that 4 would then end up giving you 3 sheep? Because otherwise I forgot to like move the pigs out of the way, move the sheep out of the way. 4 minus this would get us our 1 sheep. Okay. But 4 minus this would also get us a 1 sheep. Okay. Would it possibly be the case that we're supposed to just land this here, do this, bring this here, bring this back this way, do this, combine, that leaves us with 5 in this group. Numbers are slightly off. So you can't just toss the 3. You've got to make use of it. So you pretty much have to do this. Then that would kill 4. If I was to combine the sheep all together, then I just have 1 pile of sheep. That's not what we're looking for. This would leave us with 1. Yeah, once you lose your 3 here, though, I think you lose it forever. So I think the move is possibly to bring this down to like 3 at that spot. Now we can combine this to 5. Which, combining this to 5, we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, leaving us with 4. So we've got our 3 and we've got our 1. Now just a matter of moving things out of the order. I've got it. These episodes are getting longer, unfortunately, in this process, but as long as we're making progress, and not just wasting time. So yeah. 3 more puzzles in Springworld, and then we'll hit World of Ruin. We'll try and catch up and get as many stars here in Springworld next. But then the really difficult things may just need to be reset, and we'll just have to go through Iceworld once again to get the remaining 11 stars here, and the remaining 11 stars here, and the remaining, I guess that's 19 stars here. And we're doing all that, assumedly for just achievements reason. Did not mean to click that. Here we have the Kraken character on the front. They probably spend a little too much energy making these different load screens for what they're worth. Although, again, if you were playing this game only a couple puzzles a day or a couple puzzles a week, coming back and seeing a different load screen might be slightly entertaining, but only slightly. I don't think people really care about the load screens that much. If anything, increasingly games are trying to get rid of the load screens, and I think it's the right move. You don't have loading screens at the beginning of movies or books. You just jump into the narrative and the story, and that allows for deeper storytelling where you can just have a scene happen with the viewer not really understanding what's happening during the scene, and then the viewer having to figure out what's happening as they're engaging with the form of entertainment. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.